Hello and welcome to today's Projector in Business and Life with Jess. And this video is in direct response to a question, an inquiry that I received yesterday in my community regarding goal setting and being a projector. And I thought that the best way to share my thoughts would be via video, because it is such a wide and complex question. At the face of it, it seems very simple, but actually it's multifaceted. Like everything in life, there are levels of nuance. Context really plays a part, and I want to address it as fully as possible. Now, the wording of the question was, are projectors allowed to set goals? So I firstly want to address the word allowed. You are a human being, and as a human being, you are sovereign. So you are free and autonomous to make choices and decisions that feel aligned for you at all times. No system or religion is here to limit the human spirit. The human spirit, as in the soul aspect of ourselves, is infinite, it's mighty, it's expansive. Your higher self, your soul aspect, which is what I would say we're all here to learn how to integrate into our lives, but everyone's at different levels of consciousness and evolution and etc. on their journeys. I do believe Earth is an Earth school. I do believe that humans come to Earth to evolve and expand and to learn lessons. And that's my personal belief system, purely based on my personal evolution story. My awakening, my connection to multidimensionality, my trust in my higher self, it leads me to make intuitive choices and decisions and beliefs about the nature of my reality that feels congruent for me. So I can't tell another person whether they have a higher self or not, because it's for them to really come to that connection themselves. It's not an intellectual thing, it's an embodied knowing. And that's the beauty of your spiritual journey. It's not, nobody can tell you X, Y, or Z. They can't tell you how your guides connect with you, because your guides connect with you in your unique way. Yes, you can have teachers, yes, you can have mentors, but you've got to understand that everything will always come back to your direct connection to the quantum field, your direct connection to your higher self, whether you believe angels and guides are separate aspects of self or higher versions of self, whatever. This all becomes human concept, which I'm not that much interested in. What I'm interested in is personal experience and trusting my own discernment. So let's come back to the question. Are you allowed to set goals? Yes. The short answer is yes. We, as a human, on a human level, we're here to evolve, and we're here to expand. So on a basic level, a goal could be, I want to set the goal to responding and not reacting to life. I want to set the goal to have improved emotional intelligence. So these are personal desires that come through you that says, actually, I'm going to set the goal to become more conscious and aware of my bodily sensations. So these are goals. So yes, if you're inspired and your inner being is guiding you to make a change in your life, then that is a personal inner guiding force that is guiding you to do something in your life. So yes, on that level, yeah. Can we set business goals? Can we set money and income goals? This is context driven, because it depends on where you are on your journey. I came to human design after having a spontaneous projector awakening. I called it a spontaneous projector awakening because after 2 or 3 years of really naturally deconditioning, giving away my possessions, following my higher guidance, healing and releasing dense energies, emotions, past events, traumas, clearing the filters of conditioning by actually deciding during a dark night of the soul, I don't want this for myself anymore. I don't want to repeat the patterns that I'm making. There's got to be more to life than this. And following my soul, ultimately, I made decisions. And those decisions were to fly to Thailand, to start receiving energy healing, to start doing yoga. Things unraveled in my consciousness to guide me to make choices that was going to bring me back into alignment for my destiny path. So there is a tension. There's always a tension between us consciously co-creating reality with quantum field, with the infinite source, and the destiny or dharmic path that we are going to follow, which is encoded at birth. They both exist, and that's the paradox. So the key is, how can I surrender and give my desires? How can I separate egoic desire, so survival-based desires, or desires that come from external conditioning that aren't mine, from my soul's desires for my journey? And once you begin to tune into yourself and build a strong relationship with your inner being, with your inner authority, when you're starting to decide what is for you and what isn't, and you start to change your life to attune, that's it, to the body and to the directions, to the synchronicities. And I say this all the time, projectors, the language is so literal, and I'm not a fundamentalist. I'm not an extremist in human design. I came to it understanding multidimensionality. I came to human design already with a strong connection to the quantum field from experience. So I can't be limited. No system can tell me what I'm allowed or not allowed to do. I've learned through experience, through verifying, through looking at what my relationships have mirrored to me, when I felt my not self theme, when I felt success. And it's all deep inner work. It's about you looking within and saying, what is this external reality teaching me? What am I being guided to know, learn, contribute, explore, study? What am I being guided to release? So business goals and income goals. Again, it's where you are on your journey. So for 2020 and 2021, I was very intuitively led. I was very in the flow, and I still am in the flow, but I was way more fluid because I was at the stage in my own projector awakening and on my own journey of having a strong sense of trust that I was being guided to all that I needed to know and learn. So once I was able to create things from a place of strong inner knowing, I was able to relax, and I was guided to learn Reiki 1, Reiki 2, Reiki Master Training. I was guided to develop a system that which was Mindset Alchemy, I now called EASE, Energetic Alignment System Experience. I was studying the subconscious mind. I was creating energy tools to release the mental body. I was understanding the chakra system. So I was in a process of deep learning to build the solid foundations for me to then be able to do my higher purpose work. So because I was deeply surrendered to knowing that I was on some sort of journey and the path would appear as I went along, I was in a phase of learning and expanding that enabled me to not have to set goals because I wasn't called to. However, throughout that process, I was still setting goals and still setting intentions to follow through. So if I didn't do the Reiki training, then I wouldn't have been fulfilling my urgings. So again, it's when if you feel stagnant in your life, and if you're being held, if you're holding yourself hostage and nothing's moving and you're in stasis and nothing's happening, and you don't feel called to do anything, you feel like being still, which is a part of what happened for me in 2019, where it was literally about just enjoying the flow. I traveled the earth with no money. Things appeared for me: housing, food, clothing, like stuff. And so again, it was about a surrender to my own path. I don't think projectors set goals in the same way. I think it's about alignment and attunement. So for me, I'm a 3-line. I have found what works for me. I have visions. I have a big vision, and I have a direction and a connection with what I'm supposed to do, but I don't hold myself to very strict regimen, so I have goals, but I hold them lightly. I have clear vision, but I allow what emerges to emerge to guide me to the easiest way to achieve that vision. So it's have a goal, hold it lightly. Have an intention, let go of attachment to how it shows up. So for example, coming back to the business, I have this clear inner sense of the service offering that I want to offer, and I've been being prepared to deliver that in a way that I want to deliver it. But in the meantime, opportunities come to me and I'm invited, and I make a decision in the moment based on my inner authority whether that opportunity is right for me. So this is the tension between the projector sliding through life. The projector needs to have a solid knowledge base to guide. We are here to be guiding forces. If the projector isn't educated or isn't developing their knowledge and skill base, if they're not following on those goals to become proficient in their guiding ability, in a system, in a area that they enables them to guide others. Now for me, my learning journey started, at 17 I was teaching English. Later on I studied English literature, a language, comparative language and literature. I studied postgraduate study in teaching and education. I trained in education and taught for over 10 years, but 7 years in mainstream ed. I trained staff. I developed my pedagogy. So I have a knowledge system which is rooted in education, teaching and learning, curriculum design, how we learn, how memory works, all of these tools that then take me further into what my higher service work is, which is about guiding people to their inner authority, helping them to be sovereign, to make decisions, and to use their knowledge, skills and abilities to have impact in this world, to serve in a way that is creatively nourishing and fueling for their contribution to the planet, and elevating the wealth frequency. So showing people that you can be perfect as you are and serve and be sustainable, make great money, live in alignment, in peace and joy without the baggage, and have a better society. But it took a whole, probably lifetimes, and my whole life journey, I'm 39 in a few days, to get to this point of building. So, do projectors have goals? Of course. I've had goals all my life. Do I operate as a generator to get those goals done? Do I force? No. It's how we attune, how we connect, how we follow through. So it's about, number one, also looking at how you work on a unique level. So within your chart and how those things work for you to be able to operate in alignment and in concert with the universe and your outer reality on the material plane, in the most efficient and effective way for you. And it is doing the ego work, it is releasing the mind, it is stepping away from what you think things should be and really tuning into the rhythm of your soul's journey and being guided from that point. And I also want to, this video is quite long, but I really want to hammer home that I came to human design not as somebody who is unawakened. I understand the quantum field, I understand epigenetics, I understand that thoughts, emotions, energy, we are energetic beings. I understand this deeply and innately, and also through study. So I am always going to teach people that you calibrate to your reality. Your G center is the magnetic monopole. This center is the seat of your soul in terms of human design. This center always attracts the experiences and the people, the situations that you need to learn to become more aligned with your true self this lifetime. Human design and being the true self, as we learn from the 64 material ways, it's not material. It's not about making money. That's the soul here wants to just have experience. It just wants to be free. But the material plane requires you to make money and to operate in the Maya. So the point is that you need to understand where you're at in your journey, what your vision for your life is, what you're being called to do. Maybe you're being called to recover from burnout. Maybe you're being called to learn how to align with your projector energetics, and that's not going to require material goals. Maybe your goals are to learn how to connect with your soul, and this is requiring a different type of inner work. Maybe your goals are to set up a business. Then you're gonna have to have goals that help you to achieve that outcome, the desired result. So I hope that this video is of value and useful in answering the question. And if there are more questions to explore this, please do feel free to post them in the comments. We can expand, we can explore. The mind is not an enemy. I always teach, and this is the first thing that I learned on my own journey of kind of becoming more whole and being more autonomous, was to quiet the mind, to get still, to slow down, so that you can build this dynamic relationship with inspired ideas, with your soul and intuition guidance, and build that balance so that you're not being, as I always say, make your mind a master to your soul, a servant to your soul, and make your soul a master to your mind. So it's not about being dragged and directed by sensation or feelings or whatever. You become centered. You become grounded. You become able to make choices from a place of inner core stability. You start to learn what is intuition and what is fear. It's about it's consciousness. It's the purification of your consciousness. So, and even that in itself has goals. Now, sometimes the goals might be explicit or they are implicit. They're just happening, you know, and then suddenly you realize that you've come to a new level. So yeah, I hope that helps, and looking forward to expanding on this conversation further in case I've missed anything, because I didn't. There's so much I want to say on this, but yeah. So I hope it helps. Lots of love. Bye.